case was cited, last year's public hearing especially, more so than this year's, was the situation in Oxford involving Mr. Gallatley and his wife, and the name is escaping me, of the family that was where the mother was shot and the daughter was killed. But this TRO statute, as I understand it, has the same problem that that TRO statute had that was being used that year, at that time, and that is that Mr. Gallatley never got served with the TRO. And again, maybe I missed something when I was reading through the amended copy before us, but it is my understanding that a person, in order for the TRO to be effective, has to be served with the TRO. So again, I would ask the chair of the Judiciary Committee, if this bill were on the books, if this had been the law at the time of the murders in Oxford, and Mr. Gallatley had not been served with the TRO, would the TRO have been effective? Would he have been obligated to turn in his firearms if he had never been served with the TRO? Through you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Tong.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, I think the answer to Representative ONeill's question is that the proposal we're considering today does not fit neatly into the facts of the Lori Jackson case. That is true. But I think what's important to know here is that Lori Jackson is dead. We don't get a chance to replay that event because she's gone. And what we are doing here today is using the Lori Jackson case as instructive, taking from that case what we can and what we can learn about the risk that women face in this state every day, and understanding the special risks that arise in a situation where a woman seeks a temporary restraining order and is granted one but can't serve it, and the situation where firearms are available. So I can't replay that. Maybe facts, if they were a little bit different, may have helped Lori Jackson. But I think what's important about this bill and the Lori Jackson story is it tells us we don't want another Lori Jackson. And so the Lori Jackson story won't play out again the same way because it can't. But there may be another story in which the guy can be served. Another story in which the guy did have an apartment down the street and there was a boat service, and then they pinched the guy for a traffic violation, and so they found that he was in criminal possession of a firearm because he failed to turn his guns in, and we were able to stop him from murdering his girlfriend. The point of the Lori Jackson story is to tell us that we need to act. And that's why I think the Lori Jackson story is instructive. Through you.
Representative ONeil.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I guess when we use anecdotes as the basis of developing legislation, that we ought to at least try to address the key elements of the anecdote, of the specific story.